In a recent survey by the PFNA, it was estimated that around 8.5 million people own dogs in the UK. That's around 25% of the population's households. So what is it about dogs that we as a population love? The loyalty, affection and energy of dogs means that they make great companions. Also, it becomes easy to see why people can think of them as part of the family. However, it has been made evident that people still seem to forget that they, like other pets, require a lot of attention and care. The number for dogs abandoned in the UK for 2013 was revealed to be estimated at over 111,000. So with dog abandonment still a major problem in the UK, what steps are being taken to protect the welfare of these animals? One organisation closest to home that strives to achieve this is Scotland's animal welfare charity, the SPCA. We travelled to their Ayr branch to find out more.
The SPCA was founded in 1839. It was originally founded to prevent cruelty and promote the welfare of cart horses in Edinburgh. An oil bird unit in Orkney, so we've got an inspector in Orkney as well. Generally we start about 8:15, and we basically the first thing we have to do when we come in is muck out the animals, feed all the animals, medicate all the animals. If anything needs treatment, then we go to the vets. We do vaccinating, microchipping, all that kind of thing. We have to have everything done by 10 o'clock, so sometimes it can be a bit of a rush. And during the day we're just basically dealing with customers, taking animals in, rehoming animals, exercising animals, having some hands-on time with the animals. We do have volunteers that come in and help us with that as well. And we shut at 4 o'clock, and after 4 o'clock we do everything we basically have done in the morning, which is feeding, mucking and do it all over again, basically. We have 9 dog species, and sometimes we get a pair of dogs in, 2 dogs can go in one kennel, but the average is 9 dogs. At the moment we've got 7 cats in, we've got guinea pigs, chickens, so we do have quite a lot of space for animals, so sometimes we can have maybe 30 odd animals in our care at any one time. With dogs, we found, I've worked for the Society for over 16 years, and we find sometimes with black dogs we find quite hard to home for whatever reason. Terrapins and such like, terrapins tend to stay in our care for quite a long time. We've got obviously cats and things. If the cats, kittens, puppies, they're out the door immediately. Small dogs, anything cute and fluffy basically gets home really quickly. But then you've got the animals that maybe have slight behaviour problems, or they're more timid, or they have specific requirements that they can't be home with children because they are timid, or the dogs can't be home with children because they are boisterous, so those animals would take much longer to rehome, trying to find the correct home for them basically.
The SPCA provides a vital service that rescues vulnerable animals in Scotland from distress. However, if people keep abandoning or abusing animals, their work may all be in vain. One of the major problems the charity faces is during the festive season.
We're not actually busy with puppies and kittens over the festive season because people don't rehome them immediately after Christmas. They do keep them for maybe a couple of weeks. It's more kind of February, March when the novelty's worn off and the animal basically hasn't trained itself, then obviously that becomes an issue. We are busy over the festive season this year. We've been really busy. We've actually had a lot. We're open 365 days a year. We actually had a lot of customers in on New Year's Day that previously booked kittens that were in here. So we are busy generally with public and animals, mostly at the moment with cats. But later on in the year we find that the festive period animals come back to haunt us, basically kind of February, March time. We actually, should have said this earlier, one of the things that happens is actually before Christmas people try to get rid of their animals. It's almost like a Christmas clear out. We've had people phone in, we had somebody phoned in Christmas Day not wanting their dog anymore, Christmas Eve. But the main reasons are that the dog's it's not house trained, it's chewing, it's running away, it's basic training problems because they've got a pet, they haven't researched what the animal requires, and obviously the dog's behaviour is getting worse because they are not giving it any training. Dogs are very social animals. If you don't put in the necessary effort, then the dog is going to be badly behaved. That would solely be the owner's fault. Obviously, cost as well. Cost, like, very, very important. You don't know that your dog is going to be healthy. Your dog could develop a long-term condition that needs continual veterinary treatment, like diabetes, epilepsy. So they're going to need treatment month in, month out for the rest of its life. If you don't have the finances to do that, then you can't assume that your dog's going to be healthy. It's a very dangerous route to go down.
So with the SPCA taking steps to prevent cruelty through education, are things beginning to get better?
Absolutely not. No, it's not improving at all. Education-wise, absolutely. Partly because the calls that the animal helpline are getting from children to report people for neglect, cruelty and such like have increased quite considerably. But because it's still easy to get a pet anywhere, people just get pets anywhere and realise they don't actually want them a few weeks down the line. Circumstances change, there's nothing in place to deal with the circumstance change. A lot of people just financially as well are struggling just now, so they've been in a house and moving to rented accommodation won't take the pets. So things really are, and from our perspective, are not improving. We are taking more calls with people reporting other people, but we are still taking the same amount of animals in. There is literally no legislation about to govern how easy it is or how difficult it is to get a dog. People can breed willy-nilly. They're not breeding for health, breeding for money, so they're breeding ill animals, which is obviously technically a welfare issue, which is not being addressed. And you can still get dogs off people in pubs and things like that. I mean, there's absolutely no history, there's just nothing to govern that at all. So the legislation for breeding, I mean, it really has to start with breeders, because that's where all the dogs are coming from. So the legislation has to start with breeders and then promote responsible dog ownership.
Owning a dog is a great, fun and immensely rewarding experience, but it is also a big responsibility and long-term commitment in terms of care and finances, and so it is not hard to see why so many people realise they simply are not up to the challenge. However, with charities like the SPCA, hopefully we can keep moving forward to educate, to prevent cruelty, as well as rescuing and rehoming Scotland's dogs.